Hi Sagittarius, it's Power and Light Tarot coming at you with the reading. Today we have a tarot reading, and we start with the Deer, and it says, take note of the messages that come in whispers. What does that mean? Nobody's really whispering, right? Unless you're a kid or something like that. Um, but this is, pay attention to things that are very subtle. Take note of the messages in whispers and secrets. All right. Adrift on the breeze. This is like somebody is understanding themselves about love, most likely about love, right? But they're understanding themselves or a situation, but they're by the subtleties or nuances, or even by a secret, kind of, right? Like understanding that maybe you have a secret relationship. It's possible. We have the Elephant. You gain the love and wisdom that is passed from one generation to the next. Well, that's good, right? It's about time, you guys, right? I'm getting older over here, so it's about time. We have the Crab. Show your emotions and regenerate love. What does that mean, regenerate? I mean, we know what it means, but somebody may want a renewal with you. But this can mean that if somebody speaks love, it can bring a situation back into focus or back into being. It's possible here. So let's see what else we have. Hope you guys are well, Sagittarius. I was looking at your chart, your natal chart. No, not your own, right? From your own birth date, because that's, I don't know your time of birth, right? Those are super cool. But in right now for the astrology and the climate, we have Mercury in your sign, and Mercury in your sign is bringing you clarity. Yeah, about your plans and goals. It can be bringing you clarity about just about anything. You could be very curious about something for your life, Sagittarius. Mercury is a curious energy. And, in the first house or in your sign is very curious about the next step in your life, things like that. This could be about what you want to study, possibly, or maybe teach. But, Mercury is the information, the curious one. Yeah, it can be somebody with a lot of willpower, but Mercury is what you're thinking about. Yeah. And then in your second house of self-worth and money, yeah, they're in the same house, right? Yeah, is Venus. So Venus rules the second house in a natural chart. What I mean by that is Venus is the domicile ruler of the second house of Taurus, of, self-worth and money. And Venus is in its own house. And that's very good for you, Sagittarius. That can mean money for you. It can mean love for you. Self-love even can mean romance is coming your way. Or if you are already in a relationship, it could be looking real good right now, right? We also have Mars. Uh, we also have Mars in your second house. Your second house is Capricorn. It's the next sign. Not in your own chart. No, that's it could be, but your own chart is usually different. But in the natural chart, which goes, moves sequentially, right? The first to the second house. The second is always the sign after yours. We also have Mars, and Mars is about new beginnings. So you have all this good stuff in your second house. So you could be going after money, maybe a new job, but buying things possibly. The second house is about possessions. But Mars says I have courage and I want something new for my life. That's really what Mars is about. So maybe you want a new relationship because Venus is there as well. You may be on a higher path right now. You could be, um, just because you're Sagittarius though. But Mars in the second house of money and self-esteem is great. It's great to be in the second house. Yeah, it is for sure. Um, yeah, so let's see what else we have. And we also have the sun in your second house, right? The sun is in Capricorn. The sun in the second house is bringing warmth and strength and all kind of good things, and just auspicious and favorability to your house of money and your house of self-esteem. So let's get into the reading now though, right? Yeah, let's see what we got. And we have Jupiter. That's your sign. I'm pulling these cards right here, Sagittarius. These optimism, growth, and opportunity. And yeah, I was just talking about that, really, wasn't I? Yeah, maybe not with those exact words, but same thing, same difference. And then we have Sagittarius, and I'm not seeing these cards, you guys. They're just kind of just pushing and pulling, kind of adventurous, free, and philosophical. It's a good time for you, Sagittarius. It really is. So now that you may have forgotten about these cards here, there's something you might be learning here. Um, if you take time and reflect, possibly there could be somebody, you might be a secret, or you have one, or there could be a secret love here. There could. Uh, and you gain the love and the wisdom that is passed from one generation to the next. There is growth here, you see. Wisdom is growth, is not gross. It's growth. Yeah, it's definitely beautiful. So let's get right into this here. And today we're going to use these different kind of cards here. These are so we have the Eight of Shells. This is sacrifice. Wow, I'm just going to use these in the first part of the reading, which is the most important, right? Let's cover this woman because she is naked. So she's sitting here, the world card, the world, and she has her horn kind of, and she's pointing to these. She looks like she's pointing to the moon here, right? I'm covering it because she's half naked here, yeah, but she's sitting kind of almost at the top of the world here. That's it in the crossing energy. This is about not knowing if you're going to have a new world or a new something, maybe a new relationship or just a new something. There's a sacrifice here, though. So either you or somebody else has made a sacrifice. Eight of Cups, it's called the shells, but we know that the Eight of Cups is moving on, right? Or it is you are completely unfulfilled, and now you're going to sacrifice something. Let's have a look at that. Let's see what they say about the Eight of Shells. Yeah, which is Eight of Cups. Let's see what it says here. Here it is. Very cool. Here's the chapter, right? Okay, upright. So, interesting. This card says no. So these cards answer the yes and the no. They do. That's how they were, authored or created. But sacrifice is no in the upright. It's also no in the reverse, but with an exclamation mark. So you need to be more aware of the physical, mental, or emotional sacrifices that are or will become required regarding what you have asked about. So there's some type of sacrifice, or you might have been sacrificed, Sagittarius. You might have been. I mean, your chart doesn't look like that, but that's not that is not your own personal chart. No. But this here is something has to be done here in order to have the Two of Cups, or this is really the Two of Wands. I beg your pardon, but we have the crab over here. They call this the Two of Roses, right? But the crab is show your love, show your emotions, and regenerate love. So maybe somebody, that's the sacrifice. Maybe to really show feelings. Maybe somebody hasn't been showing their feelings in this reading. That's not really clear, right? And so, at least not yet. And then we have the World card, and we'll look at that card because I bet their version is just a little bit different than the traditional version. Consummation, and yeah, it's in the upright. Yes, you've done well. So, but this sits in the challenge. So somebody doesn't know if things are going to go well here. Yeah, they don't know. You don't know, or somebody else doesn't know. It looks like if things are going to go well according to the way you or the way they want. And we have a crossroads here with the Two of Roses. So somebody was at a crossroads and they realize they have to make a sacrifice here. They realize that. So, the sacrifice is going to that's going to be personal, right? Graduation time, exclamation, promises will be kept and your deepest desires will soon be fulfilled. A major milestone will be reached. You see, that's what I mean. This sits in the challenge. So somebody doesn't know if a major milestone will be reached or if what they want, their deepest desires, will be fulfilled. Yeah, and so they're at a crossroads about it. They might need to make a choice. The crossroads card can be about a choice as well, right? If you haven't yet met your mate, it says you will soon attain a degree of achievement and understanding that reward you in a physical, mental, and spiritual nature for your efforts to find true love and to improve your existing relationship. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about, Venus, right? Yeah, basically, because they're talking about love here, but this sits in the crossing energy. This is the unknown. It's kind of the unknown. It's like, well, I don't know if it's going to happen for me, right? hmm The angel's trumpet symbolizes that you should announce your love to the world. Somebody wants to announce their love to you, I'm pretty sure. Because we have show your emotions and regenerate love. Or you want to, or maybe this happened recently. But somebody's growing up here big time because we have wisdom. And that's a Sagittarian word. It is. All right. No, not for the lower Sagittarians, right? Their word might be something else. I don't know, lack of maturity, maybe, right? That's how it is for everybody in the lower self, right? Every lower manifestation, or there is a pitfall to every sign. And every sign there's a pitfall. Not just Sagittarius. No. So I beg your pardon. Got a cold here. Let's look at the crossroads card. Let's see what it is. Really brief here. And these are the roses, which are the wands. Yeah, they are. Right? Everything's coming up roses, Sagittarius, right? And the two of roses is a crossroads. It's a yes and no. Yeah, see, because of the crossroad, things are at a crossroads, but you're in a position of power. And I said that looking at your chart, right? Venus, Mars, I forget else, but Venus and Mars are in your second house of money. Yeah, and Venus there is in love when it's in the second house because it really rules the second house. So this is extra good luck for you with money or love, Sagittarius. Yeah. Let's see what else we have. But let's see what it says here. You can make, break, or even take a relationship away from someone. Wow. That is a position of power. It is. But take a time out before you act. Planning is more important than taking action now. Contemplate where you are, where you've been, where you want to go, and with whom. Someone feels two ways about his or her partner and may think he or she is in love with two different people. Wow. If that's you, don't decide now. Keep both relationships going. Prepare for intimate conversations about commitment and sexual relations, and you won't be worried about unintended consequences. In other words, yeah, have a conversation with this person, don't, right? And you won't be worried about unintended consequences. That's exactly right. So far we have a sacrifice, a letting go of something, and we have the World card, and this is about everything kind of beautiful, but somebody doesn't know if they're going to reach the milestone or if it's going to happen. That's really what it's about. And the Two of Wands is the Two of Roses is the crossroads. That is saying you're in a position of power, but still, stand back and pay attention to what you're doing. In the past, we had the Six of Swords, and then the mindset or what's on your mind, Sagittarius, is the Fool. We have the Queen of Swords, and we're going to pick one of these cards because I feel like they're cool and they're interesting. So let's see what we have. I usually don't use this deck. Nine of Wings. So what are the wings? They are the swords, right? The air, right? The swords are the air element, right? Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. And we have obsession, and there are butterflies here. I guess it's somebody's sweet obsession, could be. But this obsession can bring a brand new beginning because they're butterflies, right? I mean, we see a butterfly, it's about a chrysalis, a caterpillar, a chrysalis, and a new beginning, right? The metamorphosis, which changes everything. And in the environment, Three of Pentacles, somebody wants to work with you here. Could be a third party here as well. Could be. Remember the third party in a reading? I'm not sure if it's a person or if it's just, third party energy. That might not be a person that is conflicting or weighing in or, kind of challenging you or something like that. A third party can be something psychological, right? Yeah, big time psychological. All right. So the World card, we'll get a card on that. I want to see here what these cards might say here. We have the Two of Pentacles with it. So we already see this kind of Two of Pentacles energy here with the crossroads. This is about a decision. It is, but this decision's been made because we see the man leaving here, and the Eight of Shells is the sacrifice, right? Yeah. So here, somebody's wondering what's going to happen with their new world. Somebody wants a new world here, new relationship, all new beginnings, and leave something out, leave something behind. Could be the wrong attitude about things, right? That one little word, how many letters are in that? Eight, maybe 8 letters. It's such a powerful word, excuse me, because it means so many things. It covers so many things: your attitude, your perspective. It controls your life. Your attitude will control your life. It will, right? And you're making habits and your behavior and then your destiny and all that, right? It's because of your perspective. Yeah, your attitude or your perspective, which is really kind of the same thing. So 6 of Swords showing up here. This is in the past, the recent past. Somebody's moved on here. Somebody wants to live like free and like according to what they really believe in. Like, oh, I believe Sagittarius is the right person for me, and I love the vibe, and we're on the same page. We love the same things. That could be here because we have the Sagittarius card, which talks about adventurous, free, and philosophical. But this person could be maybe philosophical about you, right? Which is always a good thing because that means that they feel like you guys kind of believe in the same philosophy, basically, or that your relationship represents some type of great philosophy, right? Like two people being together that support one another, yet they feel free. They're still, they can be completely monogamous with each other, but still feel free. That type of high vibe and stuff, right? The Fool is the mindset. Yeah, let's have a new beginning. The Fool, right? Yep, yep, yep. Your self esteem could be up too when we have Venus in the second house. OMG, that's great, right? So I know I'm feeling pretty good here. And, I just got some news today that, I don't know, maybe a year ago might have kind of upset me. Today I'm like, oh, well, that's how nothing, I can't control it. So I'm not going to get worried over it, right? I'm just going to remain calm. Yeah. Queen of Swords, discerning about the future. The obsession card, 9 of Wings. Yeah, the 9 of Wings sounds like a big spider or something, or a big crazy bird, doesn't it? But the 9 of Wings is usually the 9 of Swords where somebody is worried and they have anxiety. In this deck, it is obsession, right? So, I mean, you could say she's obsessed in the regular deck because he or she is just, can't go to sleep at night. Maybe you could say that, but this is a no. This is in the concern, right? Obsession. And so take time to confront and cope with an obsession, either yours or that of another person. Somebody is obsessed with you, Sagittarius, or maybe you're obsessed with them, or maybe it's just mutual. Fixating on a particular outcome can derail a new or existing relationship by producing in you or your partner boring patterns of thinking. Wow. Yeah, don't fixate on a particular outcome. That's really what obsession is, really, right? It's like, I got to have this, right? Yeah, thoughtlessness. And it says, in your patterns of thinking, speaking, and acting, thoughtlessness, cynicism. What's cynicism? You're a cynic. You think everything's like negative, kind of, or things will never work out. That's a cynic. And so, thoughtlessness, cynicism, or an overly judgmental nature may also result. Yeah, that's what obsession does. Obsession messes with us, right? It's kind of for me, obsession can be I mean, on a low level, it's fine. It just means that you are, you're really into something. But on a higher level, it, can cause, mania, right? Psychosis, right? Those are the people who stalk people and, all kind of craziness here. But 9 of Wings, disillusionment about true love, if not dealt with, can lead to compulsion, paranoia, or physical illness. Adequate sleep and meditation can bring reduced obsessing over endless fears and doubts, for sure. Professional counseling can help you. Yeah, get a reading with Denise, right? Yeah, for sure. Because I have all kinds of wisdom gaining readings. Yeah, that's my whole purpose here, to help people live a better life, right? And you can do it with astrology, past life readings, tarot readings, psychic readings, whatever. Okay. Now let's get back to this. But somebody here is losing sleep here, it looks like. And so this is like, the concern here is obsession. Somebody really wants to get back with you, Sagittarius. I think that's what this is about. Now, it could be that they are obsessed with something else that is kind of hindering you too. or hindering, you and them together. It could be. Now, it looks like a sacrifice was made here. It said even that maybe one of these cards, Two of Roses, says that you have the upper hand in a relationship. You could even make somebody leave a relationship, right? I mean, you just had your birthday. It's a lucky time, Sagittarius season, but you've got these placements right now in your second house that are really supporting your life, right? Um, so obsession, somebody's like worried here. And they're saying, stop doing that. Like, yeah. And now we have it with the Ten of Swords. OMG, obsession and the Ten of Swords. This can also be that somebody's kind of obsessed with you here, Sagittarius, and they have their own ending, which has nothing to do with you, because somebody is going through a huge change here with the Six of Swords. That's a transition. That's a big change. I'm leaving B to go to A, or I'm leaving A to go to B, right? It's usually A to B, but Three of Pentacles in the environment. And we'll get a card on it. And let's get one of these kind of cool cards here for Sagittarius. If you guys want to get a reading with me, all kinds of cool readings on my new website, which is my name, spelled with a C, but check out the description box below. I have soul expression readings, and it's showing you the information, not the information so much, it is information, but the insight, and the eclipse that is closest to your birthday will show me what lessons you're supposed to learn and the gifts that you're supposed to share here. So we're supposed to share, whatever your gifts are, right? It's not always about your exact job, but it can be. It's usually related in some way, and then the lessons that we're supposed to learn, because we are supposed to step into our gifts with our higher self, and that is what the North Node is about. So, but that is based on the eclipses when you were born, so it's different for everybody. I don't need your time of birth for that reading. Major wisdom in that coming from that reading. Yeah. Ten of Pentacles reversed. I also have career readings, twin flames, synastry. Check out the description box. Mystic Sense has a free 5-minute psychic reading for you. Ten of Pentacles reversed. We'll get a card on it, and we have the Five of Wings with it. Defeat. So the wings are the swords. So this is the Five of Swords. Why? Oh, I know they have this here because of the air element. Yeah. Hold on one second, you guys. I have to sneeze here. I beg your pardon. Sorry, blow my nose. All right, so I hope you guys didn't have to kind of deal with that. And defeat, Five of Swords with the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, see, something ends here. So we know that something's over because the Ten of Swords is here. The Six of Swords is change, transition. So something's over. And the Ten of Pentacles can be completion. It's in the reverse. I feel like there's another relationship here, Sagittarius, like what that kind of really cool card was saying, that a relationship could be over, and you could be kind of the reason, right? This is not a critical. I'm never going to criticize anybody in these readings. I'm only saying that you really could be. That's what the book was saying, right? And that is because somebody may feel that that you're right for them, that you're the best one. Maybe that they can grow with you. We have the Jupiter card, optimism, growth, and opportunity, right? And that's what everybody wants, right? Everybody would love to have a partner they could grow with. Oh my goodness. And that's why relationships, they fizzle, because that's one of the main reasons people do not grow together. They grow apart, or one person grows leaps and bounds and the other one's still the same, and now there's not a whole lot of compatibility. Ten of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, that's kind of a trip there. And the defeat card, we're going to leave it alone because we know what it is, right? And here is the Seven of Wands. Whoever's in this, who's either losing sleep or mildly obsessed or whatever they're doing here is overwhelmed as well, and they're trying to stand their ground here and defend themselves on some level. So yeah, so there's some type of defeat here, right here, and somebody is trying to defend their actions, like, hey, it's time for me to do this. There's something like that. So thanks so much, you guys, for joining me here, Sagittarius. Please like, share, and subscribe. It helps me to keep bringing these to you with the YouTube algorithm. Hit the little bell if you want to be notified of my uploads, and check out my description box. I got lots of unique readings up there now on my website. Yeah. Thank you so much, you guys.